Now, what are some of the key things to remember when it comes to, having the best or proper form when doing the bench press?
Well, probably the number one thing, like I sort of was talking about before, is the shoulder blade positioning. So it's retracting your shoulder blades, and there's a little bit more to it than what a few people think. Because you can just straight retract them like that, which might work the best for some people. But what you can also do is you can retract and depress your shoulders, so pushing them down as far as you can. And some people will actually find they're much stronger there, and you can even retract and elevate your shoulders as well. So probably the best way to figure out which one's the best is to take a weight that's fairly heavy for you, so maybe like a 5 to 8 rep sort of range, and try all three positions. Do all three, see which one feels the most comfortable and where you can press the most. So that's probably the best tip for the shoulders. The other one that I see people doing wrong, and that's quite a good tip as well, is your elbow positioning. So a lot of guys, they have their elbows flared right out like this, so the bar is almost actually touching their neck, which a lot of bodybuilders will actually propagate as a really good technique because it does put a lot more stress on your chest when your arms are stretched out like this. But the downside is that your rotator cuff muscles are the only muscles that are really holding your shoulder in there. Like, it's a lot more stressful on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So it's a risk versus reward. You probably don't really want to be that wide with your elbows.
Good point. Good point. Now, what are some tips that you can give people when it comes to getting the most out of your bench pressing workout?
Um, what I would say for that, to get the most out of it, is to have an actual plan in place. So a lot of people, they'll go to the gym, they'll do their chest workout, whatever felt good for them, and call it there. But it's having like a constant progression. So from week to week, you're increasing reps, or you're increasing the weight just incrementally. You can get the 5 pound plates that you just sort of put on the end of the bar, super lightweight, but it's enough that you can add to week and keep progressing.
Okay. And looking at someone that wants to increase their bench press, what are some strategies that you recommend when it comes to, people increasing their bench press, like the weight that they end up doing?
Yeah, the weight they're using. Well, probably the best way to do that is to do with your programming. So if you are, there's a lot of workouts around there that are using quite high reps. We were talking about 8 to 12 reps before. If you really want to increase your strength, the best way to do it is to actually lower the reps, because that lets you use a heavier weight. And then again, try and increase the weight week to week. So really, really push it, increase the intensity. So anywhere between like a 4 to 6 rep range is going to be really effective for building strength, because you're using quite a heavy weight, but you can still get enough volume in there to drive muscle size and just generally recover from it.
Okay, awesome. Now that kind of covers all the questions that I had for you. Now, is there any tips or thoughts that you want to leave people with, or was there a question that I didn't ask you that you hope that I asked you? This is kind of your chance to
Yeah.
leave people with a final note.
Well, I actually do have a really quite a cool trick actually that sort of almost instantaneously adds weight to your bench press. Because what you can do is when you're benching, if you grip the bar really really hard, you're able to press more weight. And I'm not entirely sure how it works, but the mechanism is that when you're contracting one muscle, so your forearms, when you're gripping the bar, the other muscles around it are capable of producing more force. So a really simple test you can try is if you grab the bar and you just sort of relax your grip, so you're just holding it in your hands, and you do a couple reps at a submaximal load, see how that feels, then grab the bar as hard as you can, try that again, and you'll notice it's a lot easier to press the weight when you're gripping it as hard as you possibly can.
Oh, cool,
So
cool.
give that a try next time you're working out. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
that's a good little tip. Now, I mean, that ends up kind of marking the end of the interview. Now, where can people get more information about you, Tim?
My website is razorstrength.com, which is a strength and conditioning blog, pretty much how to build muscle, build strength, especially as a skinny guy, which is sort of my background. So yeah, razorstrength.com, make sure to check that out.
Awesome. And I'll have links to your site around this video, probably below it. So, Tim, thank you very much for your time.
No worries, man. Good to be here.
Awesome. And thank you, everyone at exercisesforinjuries.com for joining me in this interview. I hope you enjoyed the interview, even if you watched it or listened to it or read the transcript. So this is Rick Casells from exercisesforinjuries.com with Tim saying take care and bye-bye.